so we'll be starting. So for today, we'll be doing a vinyasa flow, and our topic will be splits. So I don't mean to say, or I don't mean to suggest that we're doing the full expression of the splits or hanumanasana. Like that is the maximum or even the maximum range of what is functionally accessible, but be working towards other poses or other variations, functions of hanumanasana or the full splits by working within our functional and regular range. So important tips here is to keep the hips parallel or square. So when I say the hips parallel, when we do our lunges, we're not, our legs have the tendency, or the hips have the tendency to face a certain direction. So you have to keep them as parallel as possible. And if that means adjusting your range or your stance, feel free to do so. The shorter stance is more accessible for you, or number 4, square hips, then do that. By all means, do that, or explore whatever that. And since we're doing, this is a pose that requires a high level of flexibility and strength. As much as possible, let's avoid resting on our joints or our ligaments and relying on our natural flexibility. Instead, let's work on our strength, engage those muscles, make them active throughout the practice. And yeah, so that's it. And I don't think I need to mention this anymore. Focus on the breath, always. And yeah, so let's start by Shavasana. Everyone, let's start lying down on the mat. Your props close to you. Go and I'll spotlight myself. Right, so I'm spotlighted now. Okay, amazing. Alright. So let's start in Shavasana. We won't be staying long here in Shavasana. Relax the legs, relax the hips, relax the arms. Here, just to get this position. Close the eyes once you've relaxed. Take the breaths in and out through the nose. Focusing on the breath, you may place your palms over your belly and the chest. There's one thought I'd like to share with you before we start the practice. So as we're grounding down here, I wish that for everyone and for the entire duration of the practice that we do not attach ourselves to any specific outcome, any specific goal, any specific shape, but instead let's focus on what is, on the present, on what we are capable of. Everything that is within our range, everything that is within our reach, because as we are already perfect. Let that thought settle in as you breathe, as you ground yourselves, shifting our thoughts away from our emotions towards the breath. Allow your palms to feel the rising and the falling of the belly and the chest as you breathe. Let's stay here for a couple of breaths. Taking the rest of this class or this period to study the self. Observe how you respond to certain cues, to the way your body moves, to the triggers of the mind, the triggers of your ego. Maybe let's take 5 deep breaths before we open the eyes and formally open the class. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Slowly open the eyes as if it's your first time waking up today. You release the arms and place them overhead. Give yourself a good stretch. Stretching the front body, the lower back, the legs, pointing the toes, maybe interlacing the fingers, reaching them towards the sky, or rather towards the back. And release. So we'll be starting now. You can grab your band or your strap. You will be doing Supta Padangustasana or recline hand to big toe pose. So if you have a strap, you can place the center of your foot or wrap your band around the center of your foot like this, like so. Flex the foot and we will be stretching our thighs and the backs of the legs in this pose for 5 breaths. So feel free to bend the knees if it's not possible to straighten the legs here. Again, we need to rely on our natural flexibility or our ligaments. Feel free to micro bend the knees, maybe shorten your strap if you need to do so. 5 breaths here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now from here, we are slowly going to take it towards the side. So as we take it towards the side, we are activating our abductors. Again, no need for the foot to touch the mat. You can stay here for 5 breaths, allowing the foot to guide you and your band or your strap to support you. 1. Flexing the toes. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Allow the leg to come up. This time you will shift sides. So transfer the band now towards the left foot. Allow the right leg to fall. Flex the toes. And the band. 5 breaths here once again. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Slowly falling towards the side. 5 breaths here once again. 1, 2, both butt cheeks on the mat. 3, 4, and 5. Slowly release. Now let's let go of the strap. This time you will be lifting the right leg once again, this time actively. So we won't be using our hands or our strap for this one. Let's just allow the leg to actively stretch here for 5 breaths. 1, and during these, as you take your 5 breaths, 2, observe how this represents your functional range. 3, 4, and 5. We're going to lower the right leg down with control, then lift it back up. You can place your left arm over the left thigh for control, support also. 5 times, very slowly. 1, 2, lift, and lower. 3, flexing the toes, engaging the thighs and the glutes. 4, and 5. Allow the right leg to come up. This time you're going to move towards the right side. Again, without support. Active stretching here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Slowly hug the right leg in. Release the right leg. This time let's do the left leg. Right? Lift it up. Allow the right arm or the right hand to support or keep the right leg in place as we lower and lift. So 1, 2, to this side may feel different. 3, 4, with control, and 5. Lift the left leg up, this time going to the side, lower, and lift with control. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Hug the left knee in and release. Grab your band or your strap once again. This time wrap it around the foot, right leg. This time we're going to move the leg like a joystick. So remember that we moved the right leg earlier side to side. This time we're going to allow it to cross over the left side and back to center. Alright? Again, flexing the feet here with support. 5 times. Lower to the left. 1. So we don't need to lower it all the way down. 2. Maybe at around just 45 degrees. 3, 4, and 5. Now we will circle the leg clockwise for 5 times and counterclockwise for 5 times. So you can count on your own. I'm on my 3rd. Or if you don't have a strap, feel free to use your hands or actively engage the legs. Other side. So really feeling the stretch and the engagement of the muscles around the hip joint. 3, 4, and 5. Once you're done, switch legs. This time, lower the right leg, take the left leg up, lower towards the right, back to center. 1, right, center. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Slowly come up, this time moving it like a joystick. So counterclockwise first. We're opening the left leg first before we close it in. 5 times, and then clockwise 5 times also. With control, actively engaging the legs, actively strengthening them too. You can count on your own and on your 4s. And on the 4th and the 5th. Now, release your strap or your bands, place them to the side. Put the knees in together. Relaxing the legs here. You can point and flex the toes. You can lift the head. Take deep breaths in and out. So that might have activated your core. That's also fine. And then from here, we're slowly going to lift up or roll forward to our forward. So you can place your hands behind your thighs, shift back and roll forward to a seated position. And then adjust the butt. You can grab one of your blocks now. We're gonna take a forward fold. So there are many options to do this. Given our warm-up earlier, we may be able to do the full hanumanasana or forward fold. Otherwise, you might bend the knees or place a block underneath your knees and prioritize the spine. You can rock your butt from side to side to allow the tailbone to reach the ground, or your sit bones rather to the ground on the mat. You can place one of your hands underneath your glutes and pull the skin under that in order to be able to fold better. That's entirely fine. Once you're ready, take your forward fold, and staying here for 5 breaths. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now let's do a more active version. So if you have your block, you can either place your block in front of the feet and actively stretch your hamstrings here. You can micro bend the knees still, actively reach, or If that is not possible or accessible, stay here in this pose, but lift your feet up. Still allowing your tailbone, or rather your sit bones, to ground the mat. Stay here for 5 breaths. 1, I know this can be intense. 2, but you can do it. 3, 4, my feet are shaking. And 5, slowly release. You're gonna take our block play and this time do our windshield wipers. So you can shake your knees here, plant your hands beside or behind you, bend the knees, and then slowly move towards the right. So wiping, using our legs to wipe an imaginary shield. Taking 5 folds here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Slowly face the long edge of the mat. We're gonna take an assisted forward fold. Again, bring your blocks. If you have more than 1, feel free to bring them out. If you have 2, if you have pillows, you can stack your pillows underneath the knees. So I have my blocks here. I'm gonna set them on the lowest setting, or the thinnest setting, placing them underneath the knees. I'm gonna rest my knees on my blocks. You can rest yours on your pillow also. From here, we're going to rotate the body on the hips. So we're stretching the hamstrings stretching ourselves in many directions here. You're free to just sway from side to side. Take 5 breaths here. And explore whatever motion or movement feels comfortable and accessible for you at the moment. And once you're done, slowly walk the fingertips forward. We're not going to fold all the way down, just tent the fingertips in front of you, or plant the hands in front of you or underneath the shoulders, whichever is accessible for you. And allow yourself to just rest here. No need to bend forward. You can stay here. Just allow yourselves to simmer in this pose. Feel free to adjust your blocks, your pillows. Take 5 breaths here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Slowly come up, gather the legs in, blocks away. You'll be doing 3 rounds of our sun salutations now, just to strengthen the entire body. Hope you're all feeling good. Okay, are you all feeling okay? That might have been intense, but I'm happy that you're able to pull through. Alright, so 3 rounds of sun salutations. Let's meet each other at the top of the mat. We'll be doing 3 rounds, incorporating our breath to our movement. So that means 1 pose is 1 inhale or exhale. So we're going to start with Tadasana. Take 5 breaths there. Then as you move to our upward salute, we will inhale there. Exhale to forward fold. Inhale to halfway lift. Exhale to chaturanga. Inhale to upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. 5 breaths there. Inhale back to our halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale to rise, and exhale to rise. Okay? I'm gonna guide you all through it. Standing at the top of the mats, let's take 5 breaths of Tadasana. So ground the feet, energize the legs, energize the glutes, ribs in, roll the shoulders back, erect the spine, keep the hands to the sides. So I know you can't see my entire body, but what's important here is you can see my legs. So I'm sort of also bracing my kneecaps. I'm raising my kneecaps here to energize my legs. So for 5 breaths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep your feet at a comfortable stance. You can keep them together. That is comfortable for you. You can let them fall hip width distance apart. Take our inhale, lift up to your upward salute. Exhale, forward fold. This time prioritize the hamstrings, but keep the spine neutral. Inhale, take your halfway lift, raising forward, neutralize the spine, shifting a little bit forward so we're not hyperextending the knee. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, chaturanga or ashtanga namaskar. Depending on your accessibility, feel free to choose any of the options. Inhale to your upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, tuck the toes, step back to your downward facing dog, taking 5 breaths here. Allow the spine to lengthen, avoid collapsing the back. Elevate the shoulders. You can bend the knees, you can pedal the feet. You can adjust your stance. Choose your adventure. 4 and 5. Slowly gaze forward, step forward, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Once again, shifting a little bit forward so that we're not resting on our knees. Inhale, rise. Exhale, back to Tadasana. Take 1 breath here before we start the second round. Inhaling. Exhaling. Inhale, upward salute. Gaze up, elevate the shoulders. Exhale, forward fold, swan dive. Inhale, halfway lift, plant the hands. Exhale, chaturanga dandasana or ashtanga namaskar. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, down facing dog. 5 breaths here again. Maybe this time you can sway from side to side. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Inhale, step forward to your halfway lift. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, rise. Exhale, Tadasana. 1 last round, take your breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, upward salute. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back, chaturanga dandasana or ashtanga namaskar. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. 5 breaths. Activate your legs. Activating the toes. Tailbone points up and back. Lengthening the spine, keeping the ribs and the belly in for a strong core and strong spine. 4 and 5. Inhale, step forward, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, back to our Tadasana. So feel free to shake the legs, catch your breath. You can close the eyes. Take deep breaths in and out through the nose. Good job so far, ladies. All right. Now from here, we'll be doing some balancing work. So grab your blocks again, or your pillows, or your books. We'll be starting with warrior 3. So you can plant your blocks or books in the highest setting here. If you have pillows or if you have a ledge in front of you or a table, feel free to use that to balance. So we won't be doing the maximum warrior 3 where we will be balancing slowly on our own weight. Feel free to use your props. Take your props in front of you. And then from here, you're gonna lift the right leg up, right knee up, slowly shifting our weight back to warrior 3, leg back, but this time place your hands on your blocks. So this is like our standing splits. Keep the core engaged, keep the toes flexed, square the hips. So notice that, if this is my left version, notice that the hips might be like hiking up. So this is like our half moon pose. We're not doing that. We're gonna do warrior 3. So keep or embrace or hug those thighs in. All right, right leg up. Staying here for 5 breaths. 1. Allow the left knee to micro bend if needed. 2. 3, 4, and 5. Slowly plant the right foot towards the back. We're gonna take our high lunge. So gather the arms towards the sky. You can gaze forward or up. Take 3 breaths here. 1, 2, core in, square the hips. Just your stance. 3, 4, and 5. Slowly lower down. So we're doing like an airplane warrior or airplane lunge. 3 breaths here. 1, 2, strong thighs, strong legs, and 3. Slowly grab one of your blocks. Place one block or pillow underneath the right knee, so that when we do our low lunge, it will look like this. Alright? If you prefer not to use blocks, that's also totally fine. So from here, you're going to interlace your fingertips and place them on top of the left knee, taking cats and cows with our lunge. Okay? Adjust your stance. As you inhale, we're going to shift forward and sink the hips forward, still keeping them square. Inhale, roll the shoulders back, arch the spine, gaze toward the front or upwards for 3 breaths. 1, 2, 3, shifting back to our cat pose. This time, we're going to square the hips, maintain like a 90-degree angle with the back leg. You can adjust your stance here as well, round the back. Breaths here. 1, 2, 3. Let's do that again. Shift forward for your cow pose. 1, 2, 3. Shift back. Cat. 1, 2, 3. And release. Plant the hands. Take your prop away. Let's do the other side. Back to our Tadasana, shake the legs. So from here, left leg this time, lift the left knee up. Slowly shifting the weight forward, the leg back. Plant the hands on your props. Stay here in your warrior 3 or standing splits for 5 breaths. 1, core engaged. 2, glutes engaged. 3, flex the toes rather. 4 and 5. Slowly shifting back to our high lunge to lift the body up. Adjust your stance as needed. 3 breaths here. 1, 2, and 3. Grab your prop. Place it below your left knee. Take your low lunge. Right, from here, interlace the fingertips. Place your palms towards the right knee. Take your cats and cows. Inhale to cow, shifting forward. 3 breaths here. 1, 2, 3. Shifting back. 1, 2, 3. One more time. Forward. 1, 2, 3. Shifting back. 1, 2, and 3. Slowly let go of your props. Let's take our downward facing dog. Take 3 breaths here. Again, you can pedal the feet, sway from side to side. Allow yourself to recover here. If you prefer to do child's pose, feel free to do so. 2, 3. From here, place both feet together, so they're both at the midline or at the center. We are going to take our 3-legged dog. Starting from the right side, lift the right leg up, still squaring the hips so it does not need to be super high. Elongate the spine. You have 2 options here. You can stay here if you prefer to have the foot planted. You can bend the knees also, or you can balance on your tiptoes. But keep the back leg flexed, alright? Stay here for 3 breaths. 1, 2, and 3. Slowly point the toes, bend the knee. So still with square hips, we're going to allow the knee to go as far back as we can. 3 breaths here. 1, 2, and 3. Now from here, we're going to face towards the right. So rotate the knee, the right knee, so that the knee is now pointing towards the sky. We're going to gaze towards the right side, challenging the balance, engaging the right glutes. 1, 2, 3. Back to our 3-legged dog. Lengthen the back leg. This time point the toes. 1, 2, 3. Now we are going to shift forward into our low lunge. So as we shift forward, passing through plank, 3-legged plank, protract the shoulders, round the back, knee in towards the chest and towards the nose. Step the right foot in between the hands. Okay, good. From here, we are going to do lunge pulses. So feel free to rest here in your runner's lunge as you take your block or your pillow. Place it again underneath the back knee, where it will fall if we do our low lunge. Right? So from your runner's lunge, once you're done setting your block, slowly rise to high lunge. Take your belly off the thigh, strong thighs here. It's not necessarily arching the back. We're gonna pulse 3 times, but with the support of the block underneath us, alright? So as you pulse down, lower the back knee, falls or drops towards the block. Then lift up 2 more times, lower, rise. 1 last time, lower, rise, and slowly plant the hands down. Take your vinyasa. Remove your block first. Take your vinyasa, shift back. Ashtanga Namaskar or Chaturanga. Upward facing dog or cobra, just to release the hamstrings. Downward facing dog. Amazing. I'm gonna watch you for the next round as I cue. Take 3 breaths here in your downward facing dog. Elongate the spine. Good job, ladies. Okay. You can take more breaths here if you like to catch your breath. Okay, whenever you're ready, let's take our 3-legged dog. So remember to keep your feet in towards the center. This will allow you to balance well or balance better. Okay, so feet in, 3-legged dog for 3 breaths. 1, 2, and 3. This time, point the toes and bend the knee. Allow yourself to be pulled from the back through the knee. 1, 2, and 3. Now this time, hiking the hips towards the left side. Knees towards the left. 1, 2, 3. 3-legged dog, squaring the hips. This time, pointing the toes, preparing for our lunge. 2, and 3. This time, move, shift forward to plank, protract the shoulders, push through with the hands, round the back, knee in towards the nose, step forward. Good. Place your block underneath the right knee. Rise up to your high lunge. Taking 3 pulses here. 1, lower down, rise. 2, lower down, rise. And 3, lower down, rise. Plant the hands to the towards the feet, towards the foot. Take your vinyasa. Remove your block. Right. Chaturanga, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. And you can stay here or take your child's pose to catch your breath. Feel free to do 5 breaths or 5 rounds of your child's pose. Amazing job, ladies. No problem, Jella. We're all amazing. Good job. You can grab your water if you like. Okay. So wherever you are in your child or in your downward facing dog, lie the entire front body towards the mat. So we're doing prone pose here. One of my favorite poses actually. From here, bend the right knee. You can keep your legs in. Bend the right knee. Hold on the right knee using your right hand. So this is a variation of mandukasana or frog pose. You can stay here, or if you'd like to counter stretch our thighs, you can lift the right knee. Maybe pull in using the other leg as well. You can stay here for a few breaths, another 5 breaths. Notice that there is a bit of a back bend here, so take your modification as 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Release. Other side. Left leg up. Stretching the thighs. You can lift it up as you like. Choose your adventure. Take 5 breaths. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Slowly release. Pick yourself up to plank. This time, we're going to step the right leg outside of the right hand into lizard pose. Okay. So the hips are not entirely square here. My hips, or rather my right foot is not underneath my right knee. This lizard pose, you are free to stay here with the knee lifted, or you can lower down with the knee relaxed, or you can lower further down if you wish to deepen your stretch here. Take 5 breaths here, long spine, shoulders away from the ears. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Slowly gather your hands up, bend the back foot so that the toes are pointed, maybe upwards towards the sky. This time we're going to take a twist. So plant the left hand, protract your shoulders so that we're not relying on or we're not locking the left foot here. We're going to twist towards the right side and maybe reach the hand towards the left foot. If you can grab it, that's also fine. So for variation, the right foot is pointing at an angle, the knees are slightly away from the chest. 5 breaths here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Slowly release. Plant the hands back. This time we're going to lift ourselves. So tuck the back toes, lift yourselves up. Try to straighten the front knee into pyramid pose. So lengthen the spine. If you need blocks here or your pillows, grab your books or your blocks. Alright, don't use pillows pala since they're soft and can hurt your wrists. So placing them underneath the wrist just to give us more room to elongate. Taking 3 breaths here. Now we're pyramid pose. 1, 2, 3. Let's shift forward and back. Exhale, inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, forward. Inhale, back to pyramid. 2 more times. Exhale, forward. Inhale, back. Exhale, forward. Inhale, back. Exhale, forward. Now release the blocks. This time, pinch your front foot towards the center so that now we are in a runner's lunge. So the knee is now below our chest. From here, lower the back knee. This is our low lunge. Forgetting, this is our low lunge. So from here, we are going to shift back to our half splits. You can point the back toe or tuck it, whichever you prefer. Choose your adventure again. And just shift back towards our half splits. It's half splits, right? Okay. Taking 3 breaths here. 1, squaring the hips. 2, and 3, shifting forward and back once again. So don't allow the knee to fully extend. Don't allow it to overextend. Exhale forward, inhale back. Exhale forward, inhale back. One last time. Exhale, inhale, Release back to your low lunge. This time we're going to inch our foot further. Now this time towards the left and towards the back. So we're gonna take our pigeon pose. We're free to inch the foot like maybe the hand where the left palm would be, or you're free to inch it entirely towards the left palm. Find that version or modification that works for your hips. So not everyone can access this pose. If you're finding it a bit difficult to access this pose, you may use a block or your pillow and place it underneath the back thigh. So it's kind of elevated. It's elevated here. You can continue tucking the back toes, but that's fine since you can observe or notice that this gives us the same sensation. So choose your adventure. Planting the hands or maybe using another block to give you more height. Staying here for 5 breaths. 1, 2, engaging the legs, feeling the stretch on the outsides of the hips. 3, 4, and 5. Now slowly, you're going to come into a fold so you can bring your block further in front of you. Walk your hands in front, maybe rest your arms on the block or rest your forehead on the block. If you don't have any props at all, you're free to do all these without props. Okay? 5 breaths here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Slowly release. Gather yourselves. Steps up. Remove the back block. Take your vinyasa. Or if you're sick of vinyasas, feel free to do your child's pose. Then we will be doing the left side. Take as much time as you need in child's pose. I will admit someone in the room. Okay. Hope you're all okay. We're almost done, guys. Don't worry. Almost done. Almost going to playtime. Wherever you are, take your plank. Step the left foot towards the left side or outside of the left hand. Point the toes are pointing at an angle to protect the knees. So take your lizard pose here. Feel free to do any modification that I presented earlier. You can lower all the way down if you like. And breaths 1, 2, 3, come up. Taking our twists, point the right foot up. Twist towards the left. Arm reaches towards the foot. And breaths 1, 2, 3, release, heel toe the left foot towards the center. Now taking your low lunge. This time we're gonna do our half splits. So tuck the back toe and shift. Sorry, I forgot something. Back to our lizard. Sorry. Back to our lizard. Lift your back knee up. We're going to straighten the left leg to our pyramid pose. Again, grab your blocks. Rest your hands on the blocks to give you more height. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, shift back. Inhale. Shift back. One more time. Forward and back. Staying in our pyramid pose for 3 breaths. 1, 2. You can micro bend the front knee. And 3. Slowly lower down. Now heel toe the front foot towards the center. We're gonna take our half splits. So from here, slowly shift back to half splits. Take 3 breaths here. 1. You can lift the front toes. Micro bend the knees. 2. And 3. Inhale here to lengthen. Exhale, shift forward. Inhale, back. Exhale, shift forward. Inhale, back. Shift forward and release. Heel toe the left leg towards the back of the right hand. to your pigeon pose. So feel free to do your variation. If you're comfortable flopping yourself all the way down, if the hips are square in this pose, feel free to do that. Otherwise, use your blocks. I'm going to use blocks. Placing that block underneath my right thigh. Staying here for 5 breaths. 1, 2, 3, squaring the hips, 4, 5, folding forward, relaxing the spine, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Very gently gather yourselves up. Take your vinyasa or your child's pose or downward facing dog. Whatever you like. Take your water break. After this, we will be proceeding to playtime. Hope you're all feeling okay. I am gonna grab some water because I'm getting thirsty. How are you all feeling? Give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Yay! Yahoo! Thank you all for cooperating. Alright, so whenever you are ready, let's do our splits. Okay, grab your blocks, your pillows, all the props you need. There are 2 ways we can get into our splits. So, one way is from our half splits. From here, we're going to slide the back knee all the way, or rather use it as a fulcrum to slide the front leg forward. But if you're stronger than that, you can also use your front leg or your front heel as a fulcrum and slide the back leg. So it's a back. Alright, all the way down until you can block. Okay, don't do it first. We'll be trying it with props first. That's option 1. Option 2 is from your pyramid pose. So from here, so both legs are straight, you can slowly walk your feet apart, walking, inching them until you can slide them all the way down. And maybe you can point the toes. It's up to you whether you'd like to point or flex the toes. In classical hatha or ashtanga, we normally flex the toes. But if you feel that that is counterproductive or unnecessary or too much, opt out. Point the toes, right? So the difference between this and other splits is that both my knee, my front knee is facing up, my back knee is resting on me. So we're not splitting this way. So the back knee is facing the mat. The hips are square. Of course, that is too much. You'll be using blocks. So there are many ways to do it. I'll show you now. So while I'm explaining, feel free to explore the variation that works for you. So if I'm coming from my half splits or my pyramid pose, you can also, if like it's too much on the front knee, you can come from your low lunge or runner's lunge. I'm going to walk myself and rest my thigh on the block. Alright, so this way I'm allowing my front knee to micro bend, still getting that sensation on my hamstrings. I'm also allowing this part to lengthen. Okay. If you have another block, feel free to use that. Place that underneath the right thigh. So this way, you can also rest your hands on the blocks if you wish to do so. Alright. So let's maybe try it first for the right side, with the right leg forward. I'm gonna look at you. So this is playtime. You're free to do whichever variation you want.
Wala akong pag-asa dito.
Ano, pyramid na lang. Pyramid na lang, P.
Di nga ako kasya dito sa lugar ko eh. Ano ba to?
Oh, legs. Ano, keep both. So when you come down, both knees are parang facing front. So later we will be doing yung other one, which is yung pagano na legs. So dito talagang full split siya-ish, but you can use the props. If it's too much pa rin, resort to half splits na lang or pyramid pose. Anyway, it has the same effects. Or, actually, if you have a wall, I have my, it's not a wall, but it's a big glass door. You can prop yourself up, sort of like a handstand style. Crawl the back leg up, spare the hips, and walk backwards. It has the same effect then. You can rest the back knee towards the wall. So sa mga walang space, I think this is also fine. And you can micro bend the front knee here. Let me know if that works. Yan. Okay, good. Hope that's working for you all. So your right leg muna, front. Oh guys, you're doing amazing. Effortless naman ni Sophie. Galing. Go guys, you're doing well. You're doing amazing. Yeah, nice one, P. Use all the blocks that we need. I also need blocks for this kasi I have this.
Di abot kahit dalawa eh. Hindi ko nabababagan dyan. Dalawa
na. Pyramid na lang, P. It's the same. It's the same naman. That's okay. Fine.
Ay lang, hindi ko nababalik yung bako.
Kaya yan. Good job, good job. Alright. So if you feel that, the right side is like, okay, you're okay now with the right side, let's proceed to the left side. So this time the left leg is in front. Again, caution, this may feel tighter or looser depending on your how you move throughout your life. So it's, both sides are not always the same. Alright, so again, 2 ways to get into it from your half splits. You can inch the front foot towards the front, sliding it down, propping yourself up. But this one's tighter for me actually. My back knee is facing the right side a little bit. Option 2 is from pyramid, so from here, micro bend the front knee, slowly inch both feet, both toes until you reach your splits. So be careful with this. Use your arms to support you. Right? And in both situations, feel free to use your blocks. If you have smaller blocks, you can place them together. You can stack them on top of each other or stack them together in the highest setting. So, for example, maybe I can try it for my back knee, for my back thighs. Oops, there. And I can prop myself this way, which is fine. I get the same sensation, alright? So feel free to explore here. Take as many pillows as you'd like. I can grab myself a pillow and show you how to do it. Pillows. Okay. So I have a fat one and a skinny one. I can literally just place my pillows crosswise and sink my hips on my pillows. Since the pillows are wider, they can carry both my front hamstrings, my front thighs to my back thighs. Like that. Okay. Let me know if this works. Good job, everyone. Feel free to opt for rest if you need it. Sorry, P. How are you all? Let me know if game over now for playtime.
Grabe na may flexitarian din.
Alright, so...
Pero mas kaya ng left compared to right. Mas mababa na siya.
Baka mas strong yung lunge mo sa left ba or sa right?
Oo, mas malaki.
Mas malaki. Kaya siguro. Pero yan, you're doing it really well. Yeah, good. Alright. So, whenever you're done, feel free to come back to your child's pose. You can use your pillow. The one I thought. Child's pose with the pillow. Just to relax yourselves a little bit. Taking 10 breaths here. You can rest your chin on the pillows or maybe rest your forehead. If you want to do a full prone pose, feel free to do that. And again, maybe take this time to contemplate on the prompts I shared earlier. Have you observed yourself when it comes to achieving a goal? Did you observe your thoughts or your emotions? Were we able to practice that non-attachment and outcome? And regardless of what you felt earlier, it's not positive, it's not negative, it is what it is. Now we are practicing that non-attachment to our observations of ourselves. And accepting those for what they are. And as we accept them, let's move forward from that. What do we do with those thoughts? With the ego? With the mind stuff? Last breath here in child's pose. And slowly come up. Place the pillows towards the sides, or actually keep them. We're gonna face the long edge of the mat. You're gonna spread the legs wide. You're free to again place the blocks underneath. Move them. It's fine. Pillows in front, lengthwise. This is like our straddle splits or middle splits, a variation of it. We're gonna fold forward and hug our pillows. Maybe gazing forward, or if you'd like to rest your head completely. 5 breaths here. Maybe you can rest your head on your hands. Deep breaths in and out through the nose. You can close the eyes if you wish to do so. Last breath here. Slowly gather yourself up. Remove your props, remove your pillows. Place them to the side. I'll meet you in our final supine poses. Lower yourself all the way down. We'll just keep it simple. Hug the knees in towards the chest. Taking 5 breaths here, allowing the legs to recover. If you'd like to stretch the toes, feel free to do so. I'd like to crack my toes when I'm in this position. So they've been flexing and extending. Last breath here. Release. Take the left leg out, right leg in, lower the head. This time I'm gonna take a twist, so bring the right leg towards the left side. Rather bring the right one towards the left side. Stretch the right arm towards the right side. Gazing towards the right thumb for 5 breaths. And our supine twist. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come back up, center. This time, change the legs. Bring the left knee towards the right side. Stretch the left arm towards the left side. 5 breaths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come back up to center. Hug the knees in. You can let go of your hair tie. This time, you will be doing a last stretch, which is happy baby. Also a good way to massage the back. So grab your big toes with your peace fingers, or grab the outer edges of the foot with your hands and slowly release the legs towards the sides. Allow the knees to be bent here. Staying here for 10 breaths, or you may sway from side to side. Like massage your thighs, massage the back. You'd like to extend the legs as a final hamstring stretch. Feel free to do so. Allow yourselves to relax and release in this moment, feeling like a true happy baby. Last 3 breaths here. 1, 2, and 3. Slowly, legs in. Hug the knees in one last time. Take an in breath through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. 2 more times. Inhale. Clearing breath out through the mouth. One last time. Inhale. And as we exhale slowly, release the body. Release the legs towards the corners of the mat. Release the arms beside the hips. Soften the face. Soften the elbows. Soften the hips. Take your Shavasana or your final resting pose. Relax the body. Relax the mind. Release the breath. Soften the fingertips and the toes. Soften the knees. Soften the mouth. Soften the forehead. Relax and surrender. Allow yourselves to feel the benefits of this practice. In a few moments, you'll be waking up. Slowly, but still with the eyes closed, regain awareness back to yourselves. Curl the fingertips of the toes. Rotate the ankles and the wrists. Roll the shoulders forward and back. And sway the hips from side to side. And slowly bring the arms overhead. Stretching the body, same we did earlier when we started this practice. And slowly bend the knees. Rest your head on one side. Resting the body on whichever side you prefer. Allow your arm to your pillow. And then very slowly pick yourself up back to a seated position. Any comfortable seated position. And place the arms back in prayer. Rub the palms together. Place them over the eyes. Rub the palms once again. This time distributing this heat towards the forehead, our cheeks, our neck, all over the body. Take your time to awaken yourself. And whenever you're ready, arms back in prayer. Once again, thank you for attending today's practice. Thank you for showing up for yourself. Place the hands on the forehead for kind thoughts. Hands in front of the mouth for kind words. Hands in front of the heart for kind intentions. Again, seeking non-attachment in things and outcomes. Studying ourselves, studying the ego, studying our thoughts. The divine in me communes with the divine in each and every one of you. Bow down, namaste. And open the eyes. Thank you, everyone. Yay. If you need to counter stretch, feel free to do so if that was intense. Thank you. Let's take a photo. If you have any feedback, let me know lang. I keep confusing the sides. I'm so sorry. Somehow from work, but yeah, let me know. Okay, we can take a photo. Sorry, can anyone take the photo for me? Or sige, ako na lang. Or sige. Let me take the photo. Oh, wait. Snip to.
I can take first photo.
Oh, okay, sige, please. Sir. Thank you.
Isa lang. Isa lang kaya
Okay.
screen.
Okay.
Okay, ready?
Let's make it worth it.
3, 2, 1. Okay. That's it.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining. Hope you have a great dinner. Namaste. Good night.
Good night, everyone.
Namaste.
Namaste.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.